As a medical doctor in a developing country such as Cameroon, most of the times when a child requires a blood transfusion and we test the dad's blood group and the mom's blood group, and the dad gets to know that his blood group is not compatible to that of his child, it raises a lot of suspicion. And most of the times these fathers, they do come to my office and ask, doctor, are you sure that child is mine? Why is it that his blood group is different from mine or from that of my wife? And we are always left with that dilemma to keep explaining and explaining to them. So this morning I decided to do a post on Facebook, on our Facebook group, on paternity and blood group, and it had lots of reactions, so I decided to do this video. Hello there, I'm Dr. Ayuk. I'm a medical doctor and I love doing medical educational videos. If you're a returning subscriber watching this video, I want to say thank you so very much. But if you're new to this channel, or if you've been watching this channel but you are yet to subscribe, I would say please do subscribe and hit the notification button so it reminds you each time we upload an educative medical video. With this being said, then let's begin. Now, before we begin, there is something I have to say, which is blood group can only exempt you from being a father, but it cannot include or test to show that you are the real father to that child. What I mean is, if, like we'll be seeing the possible scenarios, if your child has a blood group different from the combination of your wife and you, then that makes that child not to be your biological child. But if the child has the same blood group as you and your wife, then there are two things: either that child is yours or that child isn't yours. There was just maybe a similarity in the combination between you and the potential father. So only a DNA test can actually exclude that. With that being said, let's begin. Now, we will not be drawing diagrams. We'll not go into biology more about what the ABO blood system is all about, but we'll give the different 16 possible scenarios which can occur. So that is what we'll be doing in the course of this video. Okay, let's start. We'll start with the first scenario. If your wife is blood group A and your blood group A, what are the various blood groups your kids can have? So with this combination, your kids should be either blood group A or blood group O. Anything aside from this makes that child, exempts you from being the father to that child. So if you have this blood group combination between you and your wife, A and A, and you have a child who is AB, or a child who is B of B blood group, then that automatically makes you not to be the father of that child. That is the first scenario. We move to the second scenario. What if my wife is blood group A and I am blood group B? What are the possible blood groups my future kids are to have? Future or present? So your future kids can have all of the 4 different kinds of blood groups. So you can have either A or B or AB or O. So with this blood group, if you have any doubt, I'll just say do a DNA test, because your children can be all the 4 different blood group types. Now let's move to the third scenario. My wife is blood group A and I am blood group AB. What are the possibilities? So your kids can have just 3 of the blood groups. So your kids can either be A, blood group A, blood group B, or blood group AB. If you are in this relationship and you have a child with a blood group O, then there is a high possibility, or not high possibility, that child is definitely not yours. Let's move to the fourth. What if your wife is blood group A and your blood group O? So your children can either be blood group A or blood group O. So if you have anything aside from this, then that isn't your child. So the fourth scenario is if the woman is blood group B and you are blood group A. With this scenario, if you have any doubts, then you should do a DNA test. Why I say so is because your children can be either one of the four types, blood group types. That is, your child can either be A or AB or B or O. So if you have any doubts with this combination, do a DNA test. I'm sorry to say that. Now, if the woman is blood group B and you are blood group B, then there are just two possible blood groups your children can inherit. That is, your children can either be blood group B or blood group O. If you have a child who is blood group A or AB with this combination, then that child isn't your biological child. So the seventh scenario is your wife or your girlfriend is blood group B and you are blood group AB. With this, your children can have just 3 out of the 4 blood group types, which is either blood group A or blood group B or blood group AB. If you have a child who is blood group O with this combination, then you are not the potential father or the biological father to this child. So this takes us to the 8th scenario. If your wife is blood group B and your blood group O, then just 2 possibilities. You have just 2 blood groups are possible in your future kids or your present kids. That is either blood group B or blood group O. Anything aside from this, then you are not the biological father to that child. With this being said, we move to the 9th scenario. If your wife is blood group AB and you are blood group A. With this, there are just 3 possible scenarios that can happen. Either your child is blood group A, or your child is blood group B, or your child is blood group AB. If you have a child with blood group O in this union, then you are not the biological father. The 10th scenario is if your wife is blood group AB and you are blood group B. In this case, your children can either be blood group A, blood group B, or blood group AB. If you have a child with blood group O, then I'm sorry, you are not the father. Now, the next scenario is if you are blood group AB and your wife is blood group AB, what kind of combination can you have? So you can have kids who are blood group A, blood group B, or blood group AB. But if you have a kid that is blood group O, I'm sorry, you are not the potential father. Now, the next scenario is if your wife is blood group AB and your blood group O. With this scenario, there are just 2 possibilities. Either your kids are either blood group A or blood group B. If you have kids that are blood group O or blood group anything apart from that, then you are not the potential father. If you haven't found your blood group yet, don't bother, we still have 4 to go. So if you are blood group A and your wife is blood group O, then your kids can either be blood group A or blood group O. Anything aside from this, you are not the biological father. If you're blood group B and your wife is blood group O, then your kids can either be blood group B or blood group O. Anything aside from this, I'm sorry, you are not the biological father. And if your wife is blood group O and your blood group AB, then you can either have kids who are blood group A or blood group B. Anything aside from this, you are not the biological dad. And the last combination is if your wife is blood group O and you are blood group O, then all of your kids should be blood group O. If you have a kid with any other blood group apart from this, then that child wasn't fathered by you. So these are the 16 possible scenarios that can happen, and everyone in the world should be able to fit in these scenarios. So check which one your partner is and which one you are, and then look at the possibility of your children's blood group. Anything aside from this, then it's either you call a family meeting, like we said on Facebook. I saw somebody saying, no, it's not a family meeting, we are going to court. So whatever you're doing, Just have in mind that you are not the biological father. But if your child has got a blood group combination and you're not really sure if that child is yours, then you can opt for a DNA test for that. Thank you so much. Like I said, if you want me to do a video on any health topic, just write it in the comment section and I'll be doing that for you. If you're still to subscribe, please do subscribe so it keeps us going and it motivates us to do more of these videos. Thank you so much. Do have a healthy life and I'll see you next time. Be safe, be healthy, and be good. Bye.